Hello and welcome back to another Escapists 2 guide. This is probably going to be the most useful guide you will find for the Escapists 2, or at least, I mean, apart from my full series on, well, there'll be in the description, that entire series, that playlist, that'll be down there if you want to watch that later. But this is all going to be a complete keys guide, so this is every single key every single guard has in every single prison, and which keys are important for which escapes on all the speedruns for the game, and what they do, and all that sort of stuff. So I'm going to cover all of that today. So let's start with Center Perks. I'll just quickly show you. I've got a full spreadsheet made, and I'm going to write it all up into some other thing that's not the spreadsheet, and it'll be public on the I'll put it in the Discord. I'll put it in the speedrun.com page in the guide section, and it'll be down in the description below as well. So I'll do that after once the video's up. It should all be there. But to start with his Center Perks. Okay, so you also notice that for a lot of these prisons, there is many guards that don't have keys or cards. That is because we don't know what they have, because they don't spawn normally in the game. My best guess is that these guards only spawn when like lockdown happens, and there's extra guards that come out, which we could find out which ones they have, but I highly doubt they're going to be useful in many circumstances. So, you know, I mean, I don't think that'd be that difficult to figure out which keys they have, but again, you're not going to need to worry about these like in speedruns usually at all. Like for speedrunning, they're not useful. So anyway, start with we have. I'll put up the thing on the screen now. Of Center Perks, just somewhere. Basically, you can label guards any way you want, but the way I do it is always name them according to their key and then key card. So, for example, this guard has a key and a card, so he has a red key and a cyan card, which is why I've named red cyan. And I also with the key that the guard has, I assign their face using the alien masks. To show that, and then their hair is the thing. Now you can do this any way you want, it doesn't matter, but this is the way I do it, and I think it's the best way to do it in my opinion at least. And any guards that have just keys, I usually make their hair that color as well, just because cards can only be red or cyan, so like especially with these type of guards, it doesn't matter. Cyan guards, I mean, also their names tell me anyway. Anyway, most important. I think there's only really one that you really need to know for CP for speedrunning, which is just the cyan guards, these two here. I'm not sure which one it is that spawns the left side for the perimeter breakout escape, but these are the only ones that you need to really worry about, number 4 and number 7. They're both cyan cards, and they're the only cyan keys, and they're the only ones you'll be using for Center Perks on the normal speedruns escapes. The other ones are there if you want to use them for other stuff, but yeah, those are the ones you should be worrying about for the shovel perimeter solo escape. There's no other keys or cards you need to use for the other ones. Righty. Rattlesnake. Okay, so I'm pretty certain. Yeah, okay, so a lot of these prisons, I only have guards labeled that I need for certain escapes, and in this case, it's just the guys that have the cyan card for the trash talk escape and the red keys for the zip it up escape. So I'll put the list on the board again, on the screen again right now. So there it is. And yeah, but the ones you should be worried about are the ones that have red keys if you're doing the zip it up, and the ones that have the cyan card for the it's not called trash talk, is it? Take out the trash, that one, the K.A.P.O.W escape. But otherwise, you don't need keys for any of the other escapes. But there you go. Righty. On to K.A.P.O.W camp. Right, so K.A.P.O.W camp, I have a few guards labeled just so I have them. But you'll see that I have only got the ones that I absolutely need necessary. The ones that I need are the red guards, the cyan guards, and the cyan card guards. The reason I'm pretty certain these cyan guards might just be guards with cyan cards, or maybe I'm wrong about that. The list is up on screen right now anyway. There it is. There you go. To check. Basically, red guards obviously for the perimeter breakout escape with the fence and the files. The cyan, if I've got cyan keys on screen, which I think I might do here, these will be for up on the screen. If these are cyan keys, I'm not sure, I'll check later. But these will probably be for what's it called? The plane escape. I forgot the name of it, but the one with the plane, you know, whatever. But basically, it'd probably be for getting into maintenance doors, I would assume. I think these are actually keys, just normal keys. And then obviously I've named him Yellow Cyan just because he has a key, so it's better to know both than just knowing one. So Yellow Cyan, in this case, he's got a Cyan card, which is also used for the plane escape. Still can't remember what it's called, but that's alright. Anyway, but these are the guards you need to worry about, but the rest are on the screen as well. So there you go. Righty. Orca, you already know this is the only... Actually, wait, hold up. No, I'm pretty sure it's not this guard. One of these guards, I don't know which... I forgot which one it is. You know, just for the sake of video, I'll just quickly figure out which one it is, and then so you can know. You're welcome. Which guard is it? It's the very first guard when you come down to the cells. Like, okay, this one here. So you are that name. Okay, let's figure out which guard it is. It is this guy. The third guard is red. So there you go. I mean, I won't change his look because I already know what he looks like. You know, actually, no, I will change his look. There you go. Red. That is red guard. Okay, and this is the only guard in all the transfer prisons that has a key, and it's useful. So there you go. There it is for you. Third guard and Orca. Anyway, that's not very important. On to offshore. Okay, so offshore requires loads of keys for like literally every single escape. So this is probably, if you're doing offshore, this is probably the ones you want to wear. Especially red guards. Red guards are very important. These four right here. 1, 3, and a few others. They're on the screen anyway, over here. You can see them there. Anyway, but so those ones are the main ones you need for any perimeter breakout or bad intentions escape. I think you need them for literally every single escape except for trash talk. So that's good to know. These are very important guards to have if you're speedrunning offshore. In the case of doing trash talk, you need a cyan and green guard. So the green guards and the cyan guards are here, and I've labeled the rest of them just so I don't get confused and I can see them on the map, and they're just helpful for other stuff. For the main perimeter breakout escape, of course, the main route uses red keys throughout, and so does bad intentions, and so does swim dolphins. So yeah, these guards are very important. And then for trash talk, obviously, at the end you need the cyan and green keys to get to the escape. So there you go. That's all of them. Alright, on to Tundra. Okay, anyway, here we go. Tundra. Okay, this one also uses... This is the only prison that uses purple keys. Like, literally, it's the only prison that actually has a speedrun that uses purple keys, which is kind of cool. Or green keys, apart from, like, offshore trash talk. But also red guards, I've labeled. In a second, you'll see why. So okay, so to start off, green keys are probably the most useful in terms of perimeter breakout. Perimeter breakout, both escapes for co-op and solo, both use green keys to get outside. For the thing, so having these guards are very important if you're going for that speed run. You know, 2, 8, 19, 12, 13. I mean, they're on the thing, so I don't really need to explain it to you. The red guards are important for fun with jeeps because you need to get through a red door, so these ones are very important to have labeled. There's one of them is always at roll call. That's the first guard. In fact, I think it's these first three guards that are the roll call guards. Green guard, red guard, and this is a purple guard from my memory, but I haven't labeled him. Actually, no, he's not a purple guard. I think he might be yellow. Anyway, I don't remember, but either way, these are the first 3 roll call guards. Anyway, yeah, red guard is really important. The other way that red guard is useful is in perimeter breakout when the guard is in the guard area that's upstairs. You need a red key to get through there, and the medic is so far away that you can knock out a guard by the door, take his key, go and track the guard, get back out, and put the key back on him, which you might have seen me doing a few speedruns before. I mean, I might put an example on the screen now if I can find one. But yeah, that's another way of using the red key guard. That's why they're also important to have. The purple key guards are only important if you're doing rock hammer hard place, because now we can thanks to, I think this is mine who came up with the strat and I utilized it, but I think I'm the only one to actually get it, actually like do it during the day. So it can definitely be improved. It's a good run to go for. It still requires a bit of skill to do it though. Because the rock hammer, you'd think, oh, you just like, it only takes 2 hits to take rid of the sewer. Why don't you just like quick heal or like quick chip during the day? But the rock hammer takes a little bit too long to chip, that the moment you start chipping, even if you do it without like any sniper hits, you can only do 1 chip and you can't do another because you're not fast enough like clicking it after the sniper shot before the next sniper shot, because there's not enough time to get those done. So we use the purple key. I'll put the clip on the screen now of what it is. But basically, you do 1 chip, and then you go and do the sniper glitch on the door with the purple key because it's locked down, and then do another one, which is such a cool strategy. And it also means that you can actually escape during the day, which is awesome. But you still have to get quite lucky. But anyway, that's the way you use the purple key in that example. So yeah, there you go. That's the guards. Area 17, very, very important to have labeled these guards for every single escape. Like, they're very, very, very important. I think I have every single... Oh, the reason I've got this enabled X, right, is because, and some of the... Yeah, when a guard doesn't have anything, this is what I label them as, because they're literally useless. But yes, but basically, the main three you want labeled are these three, especially for any perimeter breakout escape. These are the three you want, and even so, the other solo escapes and other escapes, you still need red keys and cyan keys and whatnot. But yeah, these three extremely important to label, and I've labeled them only R, C, and G, and I haven't labeled them by their full things, just so I know which guards they are when they go into roll call, because I've done the speedrun so much. Like I think I've probably done this solo Area 17. I think that's probably the run I've done the most out of any other run on the game. Okay, maybe all presents I've done a little bit more, but that includes this run at the start of every single run I do, which is still think I've done this run before. So yeah, this is a very important run. So yeah, so basically, these are the most important three, and I suggest you have them looking slightly different than the others, or have them different names than the others, so you can tell them apart easily, which is why the cyan guard doesn't have here, and this one does. This red guard has yellow here, where these other ones don't. They all have also obviously only the one letter in their name. This G guard has green here. These other ones have shorter or longer here that are different colors. You know, I've made them separate from the other ones so I can tell them apart. It's just super useful for me to know, like, during a speedrun who they are and what, you know, all that stuff. But anyway, these other guards, just in case your run doesn't go so well and you lose a red guard, like you knock him out, you can't get his key and bring him in time, you've got these other ones there that might be there in time. You know, if you need extra health or items, or think you can knock out the riot guards, you don't really need to know their keys for that, but you know, whatever. It's also really important to have the key cards labeled, especially cyan red, you know, red card, all those. It's really important to have those labeled, because for the other escapes, especially cyan card and all those, you know, and yeah, their keys. So I mean, honestly, there's only really the yellow cards. The yellow keys are the ones that aren't actually that important, and the green keys, it's just important to know which guards are which is why I have the green guards labeled, because that's in the first three guards. But yeah, that's the explanation for Area 17, and obviously for the solo escape, you need these three, or just maybe even these two if it gets optimized enough. But you also need these two for the other solo escape, the alternate escape. What's it called? I'm Only Human, that's the one. Yeah. You need that to get in the maintenance desk, and you need that to actually get to the maintenance desk and outside. So there you go. That's all the ones I suggest you have. These are the ones I have labeled, but, you know, do it any way you want. But yeah, they're on the screen. There you go. And down in the description, obviously. Alright, USS. Okay. USS. Obviously, you can't... They all look exactly the same, even riot guards. None of them are any difference. You can't tell them apart visually. So the names are very important here. And a lot of them I have labeled, and they're literally useless. I suggest you probably just don't need to label all these. I have them labeled for other purposes, such as, like, recording them, or looking at what is, like, you know, when I can use keys if I need to in any situation for, like, other experimental stuff. There's only really one guard that you really need to know here, and that's this guard. He's the only red guard, which is stupid, except for the red riot guard. But apart from that, he's the only red guard that you can just knock out and grab his red key during the thing. And you should also know the cyan guards, which are they're on the screen now as well, so you can look at those. But yeah, the red guard is obviously super important for the solo escape, so you definitely name him. He's also really important for... Actually, no, that's the only escape he's really important for. And the solo perimeter breakout escape, that one as well. And the cyan guard's obviously also useful for that escape as well. So, yeah. So those are the only, like, three guards you really need to have labeled, is those ones, and probably the red riot guard as well. I suggest you have him, or at least make these two different. But apart from that, there's probably nothing else that useful, I guess. But yeah, I mean, they're just... It's hard to tell them apart on USS, but, like, just having them labeled, having the right ones labeled, at least you can tell them apart quickly, is the most important. That's probably why I have a lot of these labeled as their keys, just so I can tell them apart from the red guard and other stuff. But, you know, yeah, there you go. But that's the guards. I highly doubt you have to do much work on they'll be in these. All right, on to DLC. Glorious. The thing is up on the screen now. It should be at least. Righty. The only guards, in my experience, that you need for this are the rig guards, so there they are. Very useful. I highly suggest you have them if you're in any speedrun. You need them for get to the chopper. You need them for the perimeter breakout escape. You need them. I think that's actually it. You only need them for those two if you're doing co-op. So yeah, that's about it. But yeah, so yeah, it's pretty simple. I mean, all the other guards you can label if you want, but these are the only ones you probably need for this escape, for any speedrun at all. So there you go. Right, Wicked Ward. Many guards I have labeled here, but because a lot of them are red guards or cyan guards or guards that have a cyan key card. So they're up on the screen now, so you can see them. But definitely have these red guards labeled for the Grave of Fear. Grave of Fear is quite a big one. That uses a red key for. What else do you need a red key for? It might just be that one. Oh no, you need it for perimeter breakout. What am I thinking? Perimeter breakout solo. To get into that room, you need a red key. So yeah, red keys very important. Cyan keys are important for maintenance discs for like solo or for or actually, I think it's just solo, isn't it? Solo perimeter breakout, or the K.A.P.O.W perimeter breakout if you want to use the new crazy strategy. And then obviously the red card and the cyan card for the K.A.P.O.W escapes. That what's it called? Monster Mash. Yeah, those ones. So yeah, those are the other ones I suggest you have. You can label the other ones; they're on screen. But yeah, those are the other ones I suggest. All right, on to Sanders Shakedown. I have all the guards labeled on this one. I mean, don't ask why. I just do it for some reasons. But the ones that you need for this one, actually, now that I think, the only ones that I can think you really need are the cyan card guards, or is it red card? I think it's just the cyan card. The cyan card for it's behind you. Or if you're doing the solo glitch with the key stealing, you're going to need a few more keys, like the cyan and red key. There might be a bit of strategy to that now. I've kind of almost forgotten. But anyway, that's the ones we suggest. But yeah, they're on the screen now, but those are the ones I can only think of. I don't think you need any other keys for anything. The cyan card, obviously, for it's behind you. That might just be it. I don't think you need keys for anything else. Okay, Big Top. So, this one uses a lot of keys and cards for many of the escapes. I have them all labeled just when I was doing, actually, I think this is like the last person I had to do for gathering all the keys and stuff. That's why they're all labeled. But, I mean, yeah, label which ones you want, but the ones I suggest you label are the red and cyan key guards, and the ones that also have red cards and cyan cards. Those are the most important ones, the ones that you use for speedruns. You use the cyan keys for perimeter breakout. For perimeter breakout, yeah, when you get to the room. You also need the red and cyan cards for the K.A.P.O.W escape, wind up merchant. Yeah, I think that's it. The red keys I'm pretty sure you don't need for any of the escapes. Yeah, so it's just those ones. Those are the ones I suggest you label. So, I mean, that's quite a few of them actually, if you just think about it. A lot of them have either a cyan key or a red and cyan card. So, yeah, label those ones I suggest you label, but, you know, do what you want. On to dungeons. Dungeons is actually not very many that you need to have labeled. The ones I suggest are just the ones that have a red card or a red key. The red key is only really used for the stupid solo glitch run. Getting through to... I mean, there's other areas that you'll see that you can access the red key as well if you want to try that. But it's mainly just the red card, so I think there's only one guard. Or the cyan card. Cyan or red card? I forgot which one it is. I think it's definitely the red card. So red card for the Siege the Day escape to get the counterweight. And I mean the red ones if you want to use them for other stuff, including the solo glitched one. All right, so No Way Out. Okay. Cyan and red. Yeah. So for this one, red keys are good if you want to use them on the door to get the password code, but I suggest use a crowbar instead. It's just better. The cyan keys are also really good to get into the generator. But the most important ones you'll need for any speedrun that are completely necessary are the cyan card guards for the K.A.P.O.W escape. with the sleigh. I forgot what. Oh, batteries not included. That's the one. Um, yeah, to get through the door, that's the only ones you really need to have labeled, which is this one and this one. They're usually always up in the guard area, so you usually have to go over there. But sometimes this guard can wander down, so that can be useful. But yeah, these are the only ones I suggest you have. You can do it if you want, but yeah, those are the ones that I suggest you have. Anyway, that concludes the key guide. I haven't, I didn't really, I mean, maybe some of the clips on screen you saw, but I haven't really explained. I didn't go into so much depth in the escapes. You can find all the examples of these escapes on my guide. If I haven't done the DLCs, that is another guide that I've been asked to do, and I think I will do at some point. And maybe a co-op guide. I'm not so sure on a co-op guide yet, just because I need to find. Probably need to do it with. I was gonna do it with mine. I think we've planned to do one with him a while ago, but never got around to it. Yeah, it just depends. It's gonna take a while to get through that entire series, and it's just gonna, yeah, a full co-op guide will be quite a big thing. But anyway, we'll see. Definitely a DLC guide I will do at some point in the future. But yeah, um, yeah, definitely that. So look out for that. That'll be useful. Leave me any questions you want on the Discord in the comments, all that sort of stuff. Definitely. Definitely ask questions if you have any questions or if I've missed anything. I don't think I have, but yeah, go for it. And yeah, if there's any other key, if again, there's quite a few guards that might if there's a slash on the screen, I think I'll put a text at the start. I don't think I explained it at the start, but on the spreadsheet that I showed on the screen throughout the guide, anything with a slash means that guard just doesn't have a key where the slash is, or doesn't have a card as shown on the screen. However, and then there are guards that just say no spawn, which means they don't spawn otherwise of lock-in, or we haven't seen them before at least to get the keys at least that we can remember. So I mean, you're more than welcome to go and find those guards and let me know which ones they are so I can add them to the list. But for now, I don't know what they are, and I don't really think they're useful anyway because I haven't been able to find them. So yeah, there you go. But anyway, that's the full key guide. Finally, there is one that covers everything. So there you go. There's a link down in the description for all the stuff that I've just been explaining on the keys, everything else. Any questions, let me know, and I'll see you all later. Thanks for watching.